Hey guys, welcome back to Highland Cycles and the weekly Shlog. We are back here in Montrose, Colorado at my lovely little motorcycle shop here. And this is a place where we show you all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff, how to, tech tips, tool spotlights, all that good stuff. We try to follow Angry Zach in his mission to bring anger to the world, one angry little face at a time. He's over there working on a, what is that, a 12, I think? 12 or 11 or 12 KTM, one of the early fuel injections. Just put a fuel pump on it. They're weird. The old ones are weird. Anyway, he just got done with that. I'm getting ready to work on this 300. If that sounds like fun, stick with us. Here we go. Alright guys, this is a 2016 300 XCW, one of the last, or it is the last year of the this motor, the uncounterbalanced, weird starter position engine. This gentleman had a little trouble with it recently. It's been fine, been great for almost 400 hours, maybe over, anyway, it's, let's see, 351 hours. Been pretty much trouble free. It still runs. It's just not running quite right. I think I have an idea of what's wrong. We're going to get in there first. But he has been talking about wanting to upgrade, just to, you know, get a new bike, new whatever. And when he brought this in, I told him he should just go buy a new bike, and he did. So proud of him. He went down and bought a 2022 250XC. So that's pretty awesome. So might have some content on that. He's pretty much doing all the work, bolting all the cool guy stuff onto it himself. But we're going to dive in. This one's not running that good. I have a feeling it's the exhaust. I'm going to take that thing off and dig into that muffler and see how bad it is. Alright guys, so I got the muffler off and it feels heavy, and I figured this might be kind of fun. I've never done this, but let's weigh this thing now and then weigh it when we get done rebuilding it, repacking it. So we got our little male scale. Make sure it's not touching anything. Okay, so we got 3 pounds 10.7 ounces. 3 pounds 10.7 ounces. All right, you guys guess now below and see what you think it's going to be when we get done. It feels not right. All right, to start, we're going to take these bolts out here. We're going to pull this out. Then I think, because this has never been serviced ever, we're going to go ahead and try to take the turbine core out also and get it all burnt out. There we go. Let's get this off of there. Ooh, this is going to be a good one, guys. That is stuck. Yeah, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can see through most of those holes, but we'll get that burnt out here in a bit and get it all cleaned up. Alright, but now we're going to turn our attention to this end. This is always, honestly, a huge pain in the butt, but he's selling this motorcycle, so we want to make sure everything is as good as we can make it so that he can feel confident selling it to someone and know that nothing bad is going to happen. So we take that bolt out, and now we got to drill these rivets. There we go. Now we're going to take this end cap off, which is always a bit of a thing to not mess it up, because if you grab it with something, you usually bend it really bad. But I'm going to get in there. All right, there we go. Disgusting. And there's our turbine core in there. It doesn't look horrible, but let's get that thing out of here, see if we can't burn it out and make it pretty. All right, we're gonna try to knock it out from this side. Use the wooden part of this because it should kind of keep everything from getting too dented up. There we go. Boom, there we go. The inside of a turbine core spark arrestor. So let me show you guys how this thing works. Or in this case, doesn't work. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's still spark arresting just fine. Well, I'll get the rest of this packing off. But anyway, basically what happens is the exhaust comes out of the pipe, comes through here, goes through here, and these holes are baffles, and the sound wants to come out and hits that packing that you saw me take off. What's left goes, you know, it goes like that, comes in here. There's baffles here also, so as it leaves this, it's still getting baffled out. There's holes. I'll show you what it looks like when we get cleaned up. Then it hits. So it hits, let me see what you guys are seeing. There you go. Hits that thing, which, hard for me to show you. It's like a propeller, there you go, you can kind of see. Hits that thing, and the idea is that these fins, there we go, spin the air out and keep the sparks from wanting to go out into the world. So they work fine. They work great. I actually like them way better than the screen style because this is like 3, 4, 5 years old. Never been touched, and it's still flowing relatively free. So, all right, now guys, the fun part slash dirty long part is I'm gonna burn this out with a torch. It's gonna take a long time. I'll probably film a little bit of it in time lapse just because it's fun. But then I'll come back to you for the Shlog here when it's all ready to go back together. All right, guys, got everything super duper cleaned up. All happy, clean. We got some new packing. We got the inside of this cleaned up pretty well. You can actually burn these out too, but it just totally changes the color. This one's already sun faded, and Aaron probably wouldn't care, but I didn't want to just cook it, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Now, I don't know if you guys want to watch me do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this. I'll show you kind of some of the tricks as I get it done. And then we have to wrap this piece. We'll install this first, then this, and we'll put it all back together. Box them out, Leah.
We just got basketball, Leah. Come play this?
Oh, did they leave a basketball?
Huh?
Did the people leave a basketball? Is that what they left? Kids and...
Oh, no. Zach just bought basketball for his prison workouts.
No. Yes. You can just go to prison.
A lot more time to work out.
Way more time to work out. All right, guys, we got everything wrapped up. The one tech tip is I like to use electrical tape when I get the silencer packing on there. It helps keep its shape, and it if it did burn off, it won't hurt anything, but it won't because it's on the outside of the really hot stuff. But anyway, now we're gonna take this, shove it back down in here. This is kind of a pain in the butt. Just take your time, make sure you get the holes lined up, and it'll be all good. All right, guys, there we go. Now let's go weigh it and see. It still feels, you know, relatively heavy, but we'll see if we saved any weight. Okay, there we go, a few ounces. It was 3 pounds 10 ounces, and now it's 3 pounds 7. It was actually 3 pounds 10 ounces, 10.7. Now it's 3 pounds 7.7 ounces. So 3 ounces. I know it's not a lot, but it's gonna work. Even now it's gonna run better. So pretty stoked about that. Let's slide this thing back on and see how this thing runs and see what's going on with it. Next on the left is an XT225, also known as the Cero, for a few years. Super clean bike, in great shape. Just doing a full service, kind of checking it out. The lady who owns it hasn't really had any work done on it. She just wants us to go through and make sure everything's good. So we are. First thing I noticed though when I went to start it up and warm the oil up was that the battery seemed really low. So let me show you something, kind of an easy way to check batteries if you don't have a tester or a load tester and all that stuff. So yeah, let me show you. All right, so there we go. You can see it's 12.8, which is good. Now we're going to turn the key on, which turns the lights on. See already it's dropping quickly, and then we hit the button. Well, see how it dropped all the way down to 4 volts, and then it comes back up. So that is a pretty classic show of the battery just being worn out. It shows 12 volts. It's charging. The system is charging it. Shows 12 volts, but it's got no amps to push that juice through the starter. So get a new starter for it, and yeah, we'll get a new battery for it. Then we'll go through the rest of it, check the chain, tires, all that good stuff, and we'll let her know. Bike should be ready to rock and roll. All right, so I am doing fork seals on my 300 because between sitting for a long time, because these are my spring forks, and then going and racing in the mud and nastiness in South Fork for the Shady Burrow, they developed a leak. Also, it was probably time. I don't really know because I haven't kept track on the hours because I switched over to the Air Force. Anyway, whatever. I have a cool tech tip to show you guys. Excuse the crazy mess. But anyway, here are our dust seals. Now, a lot of guys like to put seal savers. They like to do those mud scrapers, all that, whatever. Those are fine. I don't like seal savers. I don't like the neoprene ones. They tend to hold things in. The mud scraper things are pretty cool. But I have a cool thing I want to show you guys. Little tech tip. Call it a pro racer tip that I was shown a long time ago by a friend of mine that will maybe help keep some mud out and save you from having to buy anything. So see this spring here. I'm going to take that spring, and there's an end on it. It's going to be really hard for me to show you here. There we go. See how that kind of changes right there near my thumb? So if we go like this and we just unscrew it, there we go. Now we got that. Now what you do, you can see this end is tapered, so you want to leave that in. Don't mess with that end. And this end is just the open spring. What we're going to do is we're going to clip just a little bit off of that. Effectively, we're just shortening the spring to add a little more tension. And no, it won't make any difference in the stiction or anything like that, but it will help keep anything out. So take about that much off. Let me just put it back together. There we go. Put that back on, and that'll add just a little more tension on there, hopefully help keep stuff from getting in the forks. All right, I'm gonna keep working on my forks. If there's anything else interesting, I'll show you. All right, guys, Mr. Sheets is over here working on this brand new 2022 250XC. We are TBT valving the suspension. And I just want to show you guys a little bit of something, what we do with the air forks. So a lot of you guys know air forks haven't been the favorite of a lot of people, especially off-road guys. A lot of guys are doing KYB conversions, KTM spring conversion, 6500 conversion. Like me, I put Explorer forks on mine, all that good stuff. But we have a new solution, and we've been doing it now for a little while. We are using a cone valve adaptation kit we get from Solid Performance. Focus, you son of a... There we go. There we go. And this right here is the cone. Where is the stock? How does this look stock Sheets? So we would have normally like a bunch of valves right here. Yep. Shims. And this is the mid valve. Is he gonna? Let's see if we can get him to speak. All right. So that is the normal mid valve of a. I guess it's a mid valve, right? Yeah. Of a AER exact fork. You can see right here, stack of shims. In the past, we have just revalved those like we normally would. That's what's in my bike right now. Is a revalved one of these. Solid Performance came up with this setup, which is to use a black cone valve, which is an off-road valve, and then they have a more motocrossy cone, and anyway, whatever. And then we're gonna, he's got shims over there. We're gonna put stack up here for the rebound. So the cone is compression, and you do have to, I asked him, line it up like that so the holes line up, and all that good stuff. And that floats, right, up and down?
Yeah, a little bit of it preloaded with that spring, or I guess we're gonna do a little float on this one.
Okay, so yeah, we're trying something different. We're gonna do a little bit of a float on that. But so when this thing moves through the oil this way, it's actually facing, anyway, whatever. As this goes up, when the fork hits something, it pushes through, and then this is going to hit this spring and push down on that, and it has its magical cone properties, is what I'm gonna call it. And then the rebound stack just goes up here like normal. So anyway, all that being said, we have done this, and everybody we have done this for has been crazy happy. It's basically taking the air fork, the best parts of the air fork, which is the fact that they don't bottom out really, or they're really, really, really hard to bottom because of the progressive nature of an air spring. And then, but added the plushness in the rocks. So if you're interested, let us know. We can set you up. It's pretty freaking cool. And then also Mr. Sheets will be valving the shock, doing a bladder kit. So it's gonna be awesome. AA Ron is gonna be stoked. That's who owns that. But I want to show you something. There is my 300. I've decided to switch things up. I'm going super plain on the 300. I'm taking all my graphics off. Got a couple stickers on there from Woody. It's seat time. We got some getting seat time, and then got my little chainsaw guy up there. I'll add stickers as they go, but I'm just gonna leave it normal. I'm not gonna have numbers on it or anything like that, because I'm gonna have my race bike be all super duper cool. So if any of you guys have awesome stickers out there you want to send me, you want me to put on that bike, ship them off. Easy to find our address. It's let's see, I'll put it up here. It's 5068-A, North Townsend, Montrose, Colorado, 81401. Yeah, if you want to send me some stickers, I might put them on, I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I got a few more stickers I want to put on there. Crash Hard, I'm definitely getting one of yours on there. I got to hunt that down. They're in here somewhere. I got to, oh, there's Crash Hards. I like them. Look at that little guy. He's awesome. Quick little update on this cone valve, because I didn't explain it very well, because Zach is the suspension guy, not me. I'm just the guy. So this piece, focus, God, there we go, this is not technically the cone. The cone is actually up in here, and it's conically shaped like this to go up in here, and then the float is actually this. So there's 1.5 flow, or 0.15 or 1.5? 0.15, yeah, because that 1.5 would be a lot more than that. But anyway, so it's 0.15 float, which is not much. But so the cone is up in here. So when this goes through oil this way, the oil comes through these holes, out these holes, and it pushes. It comes, some bypasses out, some of it pushes in on that cone and pushes on that spring. Focus. There we go. Pushes on that spring to let it out. So that's the compression valving, and then up here is the rebound valving. So we can focus. For the love of all that, there we go. So yeah, you can see that rebound shim stack there. Anyway, super cool. Now Zach's burning things. So, yeah, actually, quick note. To change these reservoirs out, to put a bladder in there, you gotta heat the living out of that, don't touch it. And pull that sucker off. And then right now we're using CSR bladder kits because the TBT ones are still not done yet because of supply chain issues. Anyway, the world of the post-COVID world where nothing is in stock ever. But let's see if he gets this thing off of here. Look how skinny he is. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It's a miracle he doesn't punch me in the face every day. Oh, he got it. So proud of him. This is the Zach Sheets Shlog. Okay, by the way, who wants an entire Shlog where only Zach is on it? It will be a very quiet Shlog. Probably very interesting and a lot of work will get done, but it'll be really, really quiet.
Learn anything.
Yeah, you might not actually learn anything. Well, you'll learn. You'll just watch him do stuff. Yeah, anyway, there we go. Getting that sucker off. Put the bladder kit on there, which, again, I'm a big fan of. We are a big fan of. I understand the concerns other people have about nitrogen leaking through the rubber, which it does, but it also leaks past the O-ring. So anyway, whatever. You service your suspension like you should, as often as you should, the bladder works way better. Allows the high speed to work better on the shock. Therefore, anyway, it's just better. So anyway, that's pretty cool stuff. All right, guys, it is time for some mail time. Pretty excited about this one. It came all the way from Glasgow, Scotland. 1 second. Boom, there we go. Royal Mail, Glasgow, Scotland. I know what it is because these guys contacted me about doing some testing and a review. So I'm super psyched about this. It's gonna be an interesting product. I don't know if it's gonna be super relevant for just dirt biking, although I kind of don't think it will be. But I think it's going to be pretty cool for dual sport stuff, which I also enjoy. I don't do very often, just because I've been very fired up about riding dirt bikes. But I do need to get back out on the 650, and that's what we're going to use to test this. It is a automatic chain lubing system, so it's pretty cool. Let's take a look and see what's inside here. It will look like we had a little bit of maybe a leak. Not too surprising. Leia, come here. Not too surprising considering it came all the way from the UK. To start, let's take a look at this, because this is, I'm excited about this. This is complete bike protectors for making bikes shiny. So I will be testing this on the new bike when I get it. Hopefully the new 300XC will be here relatively soon. So this is just another product they make for making bikes super shiny. Here it is. This is the new vacuum operated system for oiling. I have no idea how any of this works, but it's called a Scott oiler, motorcycle chain oiler. Like I said, it's an automatic deal. You put on the bike and it just lubes the chain while you ride, and you can obviously control the rate of flow and all that good stuff. They sent us both high temp stuff and the kind of the all-purpose oil. They sent us both. We'll try them both. High temp, it does get pretty hot here. I think this is obviously going to be thicker, so it doesn't run off as fast. I'm going to do a full install video with everything. I have no idea how any of this works yet, so I can't even really show you sort of kind of how it looks. But but I'm really super thankful. Thank you guys at Scott Oiler. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to try this out on my XR650, which is right over there, because I think for long dual sport rides, street rides, things like that, it's gonna be pretty cool. You don't have to worry about it, especially like multi-day trips where you're just going long distances. This thing will keep your chain in way better shape. So yeah, anyway, make sure you subscribe, guys, because I'll be doing a full install and then test on that thing on the big bike. Next on the lift is this, I think it's 01 or 02 300, and yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. It stopped running. It's not locked up. Leroy, what do you have to say? Leroy wants to be a YouTube star too. It stopped running. It's not locked up, but it did stop running. So it could be pretty cool. Also could be kind of sad because these era of KTM are getting really hard to get parts for. So anyway, take that apart here in just a second. So got this thing coming apart. I just want to show you guys something I found. This hose right there didn't look different at all because it was wrapped tight around, you know, close up there. Oops. And but yeah, when I got it off, this thing was completely smashed. Ugh. So that's not good. But looks like, I think with this one I gotta take these radiators off to get the head and the cylinder off. So I'm gonna take those things off, yank the cylinder off, and we'll take a look inside. It's not as bad as I think I thought it was gonna be. I guess I don't know what I expected, but it's definitely not awesome. So look at the piston here. It's got lots of scritchy. There we go. Lots of scratches there. Also, tons of blow by. Tons of blow by there. And then this side, not quite as bad, but definitely blowing by. Crank bearings feel all really good. If we come over here to the cylinder though, that side looks fine, the exhaust, but the intake is hammered. You see a bunch of missing Nicosil around that port right there, and then scratches. So it just wore out. He told me that what he did was he got it out. He hadn't ridden it much. This is the gentleman that owns that brand new YZ 250 that's been in here. He also owns a brand new Husky TX300. So he's been riding those a lot, obviously, because they're brand new and awesome. This one's been parked, so he got it out. He's like, he's kind of kept it as like a spare bike, separate bike for, you know, family, friends, whatever. Got it out, was riding it, wasn't running that good, so he held it wide open to try to blow it out and clean the cobwebs out of it, and then it stopped. So, yeah, I think he killed it. I don't know if we're going to be rebuilding this thing because this era, this is a 2000, is really hard to get parts for right now. So we're going to hunt and see if we can get parts. If we can, we'll rebuild it. If we can't, then it's going to be someone's spare parts bike probably. But yeah, we'll stay tuned and we'll see what happens. There's Eric McGrew.
What's up?
We have not seen Mr. McGrew in a very long time.
That's because Morgan's a loser and hasn't got my bike fixed.
I have not put a spring on his bike because he refuses to ride it with the spring that's on the shock.
Dude, I gained like 60 pounds. It's like, I look like
actually,
a lowrider. The tire rubs the fender as I go down the
I'm going to see if I can find an old picture of Eric and the current Eric, and we'll put it side by side.
Gained.
He's a little bit bigger than he was.
Yeah.
So we got to get that fixed. But,
we gotta get that fixed.
Well, we gotta get that fixed, and we gotta get his bike fixed, and we'll have to do this whole shock thing again. It'll be down again. But guys, it's been at least a couple shlogs since I've yelled about air filters. It is time to do it again. Boom. That is horrible. That is disgusting. Seriously, people, I really have one goal in life now. I'm going to make an entire channel about air filter maintenance, where I'm just going to scream at people about air filters. I'm going to bring the customers in, and I'm going to yell at them like Gordon Ramsay. I'm going to scream at them until they cry. Actually, do you guys want to see that? Comment below if you want to see me scream at a customer until they cry about their air filter. This one I probably could. These people are here a lot. I see them a lot, and so I could probably do that. And they're definitely going to watch this. So guys, I won't make you cry. I love you to death. But you do need to clean your air filter. So I'm going to take this thing out of there, and we'll see. Hopefully they got enough oil on it that there's nothing past it. But there's no way this is running that well. No freaking way. Guys, honestly, this is amazing. You look inside there, it's clean. Look inside the actual boot, it's completely clean. So, while they should do this more often, absolutely, they did a freaking good job. So, hats off to doing a good job on air filter maintenance. Hat back on for the fact you let it look like this. That's enough of that. Guys, there's a member of the team here at Highland Cycles that I haven't introduced you to, and I apologize for that. I don't know really why, but I need to introduce you to probably one of the more important team members here. That right there is Butteronius, the manatee. He is really, really, really important to Zach's daily success. He brings him a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and yeah, I just thought you guys should see him. He is one of my favorite. Actually, of all the people here right now, he's probably my favorite. What's that? Oh, that. Well, and there's Kevin. You guys all know Kevin. Kevin's second favorite, then Leandra, then Zach. So.
Same.
Yes. That's awesome. Oh, guys, it is the end of the week. It's the end of the Shlog. Comment below what you think about my white plastics. I've already been having people yell at me because they say it's like a husky. It's actually not intentional. I just wanted some plain plastics that weren't black or orange. I really wanted the gray ones, but I couldn't find them for this year. KTM. It's an 18. But anyway, yeah, I think they're going to be cool. I'm just going to let them get dirty and kind of grungy and just be normal. So anyway, guys, that's it. I love you so much, and I just thank you all for watching, especially you, Punk Rock Club. You guys are my absolute favorites of all time. I love you more than all the other people watching this. So, that's how it is. Also, I just filmed another little video called, I don't know what the video is actually going to be called. It's a good, oh, well, yeah. So I think the video is going to be called 10 Things I Hate in the Dirt Biking World, or 10 Things I Hate About Dirt Bikes. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, it's a new thing. I think I'm going to try to develop another character here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe and check that out. It's coming very, very soon. Yeah, I love you. I hope you get out and spread the gospel two wheels. And I desperately hope that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!